Good evening, friends. Hello. This is Christopher Nino Arca from the City of God Ministry. And now you are watching our Bible review program. So, before everything else, please do not forget to click on like, post a comment, and subscribe to our channel, the St. Augustine Bible Ministry Inc. And don't forget that notification bell so that you will be updated every time we upload new videos here in our YouTube channel. And would like to make a request here, guys. If you like what we do here, please do support the City of God Ministries evangelization mission. Every donation that you actually make truly helps the ministry on how we could continue further in the preaching of God's words. The City of God Ministry is actually a preaching ministry. Preaching the gospel is not easy. We travel to different places in the Metro Manila area, and also that includes all the logistical expenses as well. Details on where you could send your donations is posted down at the description box of this video. Now to continue here, this Bible comes with a slipcase, Holman KJV personal size giant print, and the one that was sent to us is in olive Leathertouch. This is the King James Version, and at the back you could pause this video if you would like to read the specifications. And I would like to share it with you that this has the 12-point type size. And just to make it clear, I would like to thank Mr. John Watts of Holman, for providing us this review copy for free in exchange for an honest review. Now let us take a look at the Bible itself. Although the binding is Leathertouch, as you can see, I do like how they have done this Bible. I mean, Leathertouch, meaning this is just an imitation leather, and the color is in olive green. At first look, it actually looked like bonded leather, but it is visually appealing. It feels good in the hands. The texture, the scent, actually, you could see the grain designs, the grain done into it. I'm not sure how it shows in the camera, but personally I could notice the grain, and it feels good with the hands. It feels good with the hand. The front design, if I could actually guess what this design is that they have engraved here, it is like an olive branch with leaves and all. The size of this Bible is not actually hand size or compact. Let me show that. But it is a perfect mid-size Bible. One that you could actually make as an EDC or everyday carry. The perimeter stitching is actually, as you can take a look, it's green all throughout, outside and inside. And take a look at the spine. Here we have the KJV, Holy Bible, King James Version by Holman. And if you would actually touch the gold stamping here, this is deep stamped, meaning it on how they stamped the gold here, it is very deep, meaning to say the gold print here will not easily rub off. And we have tooled lines for the spine, 1, 2, and 3. This Bible is Smith sewn. The gold gilding here, as you can see, the gold gilding here on the edge is pretty shiny, glittery. And of course, this only has one green ribbon marker. Take a look at that. We also have the head and tail bands, color green. As you could see, the signature, obviously this is Smithsonian. I received this Bible last April 11, 2025. Alright, so since I have opened the Bible here, so the dimension of the text block, it's 5.5 inches wide, the length 8 3/4 inches long, and the thickness 1 1/4 inch thick. I could easily say that this is near a thin line version. Well, unlike that, because this is more than an inch, but then again, the per dimension wise, not the thickness, this looks like it would actually look like a thin line. Okay, since what we have here is an affordable edition of the Bible, this has a paste down construction with a simple cardstock and sheet front and back. May I say that I do love this consistent shade of green. Now we could open to the presentation page, and then we have the title page. Now let us take a look at the copyright page. This edition is copyrighted 2024. Now we have different binding options, and this one is printed in China. This one was created, typeset by 2K Denmark, and this one, since we are in 2025, this is the third batch printed. Now here we have the table of contents, the Old and the New Testament, and additional materials at the back, and here we have the Old Testament. This edition, though, this is advertised by having the pure Cambridge edition, but it does not have the translators to the readers section like the 1611. And now here we are right at the text block itself. Let me zoom it for you. When I opened the beginning page here, I was blown away with the font size. It is super comfortable to read. It is not too large that it pops out. For me, it seems like a comfort print. Secondly, the layout is pretty neat and simple. 2-column format, verse by verse. It's not too cluttered and busy, meaning it has a pretty much decent space, letting space, margins and all. That makes this Bible very easy to read. It does not have any references, footnotes, or translator's notes. This is purely a text Bible intended for reading. But for any of you who prefers a simple text Bible in the King James, this could be a perfect Bible for you from Holman. We will be putting the link where you could purchase this down below at the description box of this video. The texture of the paper here is good enough. Not like any premium paper, but it's pretty enough. Although it has a little rough feel to it, but it's good. The show through, the ghosting, is not that obvious. It's not that distracting actually. See, take a look here in the camera, you won't even notice it. Much more if you are actually holding this Bible. The ghosting is not very distracting. Well, I am not sure about the GSM of this paper though, but I could really tell you the ghosting is not that obvious. I will not do a thorough review of the translation of the KJV here, because I already did that with the Holman Handcrafted collection in the KJV, where I did a side-by-side with the Hebrew and the Greek. As we move along the pages, you would notice that there are words in italics, like this one. they are supplied words, meaning they were not included in the original text in the Hebrew and Greek. They were just placed there to make the reading more comfortable, more understandable. And also, let me show some specific details here. You would notice in a verse by verse format, especially here in the KJV, you would notice there's a pilcrow. What does a pilcrow mean? That means every time that you see this symbol, the paragraph starts specifically on this verse. And you would notice that the layout of the page, it's very simple, very decent, very clean. That's why I'm telling you this is an easy read Bible. There are not enough space here in the margins to write on, but you could definitely still mark it up, underline or highlight or whatever. Page numbers, you could see that at the top center. Page content aligned with the outer margin. And one of the features I love about this is because your reading experience will not be distracted. You won't be distracted, meaning to say, because there are no spaces in between chapters, nor of course you won't find any subheadings here, subtitles I mean. This makes the reading flow continuous. There will be no way to stop, because it is one continuous flow of reading. And where would you find the subtitles here? Well, it's not within the text, but at the top. And since this Bible is already in the verse by verse, as you have noticed, and it is to be expected that the prose and the poetry, the way it is printed, would be not so different. Meaning to say, as you can see, we are already here in Psalms. You could notice that the space there, you would see the text here is perfectly line matched. And as I am showing you the texts here, I would like to reiterate that the KJV is a Textus Receptus Bible. Unlike to the other majority here who are only familiar with the Bible that you have, which is a product of the critical text. There are different text sources, but both are good Bibles, actually. And another thing that I noticed here is the printing quality. It's very solid, very bold, very consistent. The boldness of the font makes the reading experience actually easy. Now here we are in the New Testament. As you can see, the words of Christ here are in red. Deep, bold red. It's not very loud. It's still very comfortable to the eyes. I could actually, of course, my eyes is still perfect, but I can say that the shade of the red here is very comfortable. And any references to the Old Testament here in the New Testament, you would not actually notice, because why? They are included in the text, meaning to say there are no distinguishing marks between the Old and the New Testament here. So you would not notice unless you actually read the text. Now here we are at the end, the book of Revelations. Now here we have the where to turn pages. We have the table of weights and measures. We have the topical concordance. And here we have Holman maps printed on cardstock, not shiny. And I tell you, same as with the Cambridge maps, this is one of the maps that I truly like. Now this is the end sheet already. Now to close, for an affordable Bible in the King James, this is actually tough to beat. Again, the shade of green here, I truly love this. Alright, so the link where you could find this Bible will be posted at the description box of this video. Again, thank you very much everyone for watching. Take care and God bless. Keep safe, keep calm, and Jesus on. Bye-bye.